Hi guys, welcome to another Hoi4 video. Today's video is actually 10,000 subscribers special video. Before we dive into it, I want to thank you guys for helping me reach this milestone. Before we start, there is one more thing I should mention. Depending on when this video is going to be uploaded, I might stream the same day this video is uploaded or maybe the next day. I'll probably try to do Albania World Conquest on stream. Since that's out of the way, we can start with the video. As you have read, I'm gonna play as Western Sahara and I'll try to form Al-Andalus. And besides that, I also try to do all the expansion divisions, like conquering North Africa, Middle East, etc. Obviously, Western Sahara is not released at the start of the game, so you have to play as Spain. I'm gonna go for regular difficulty, historical focuses on, and armament mode off, because I really value my sanity. Let's start. Spain may only release this country after the Spanish Civil War has concluded. So, as Spain, I'll have to do two things, as soon as I can. The first thing is obviously winning the Spanish Civil War, and by that I don't mean just taking out the nationalists or republicans, but also taking out anarchists or Carlists. Basically, I'll have to get that event which says victory in Spanish Civil War. And the second thing I want to do is to conquer Portugal as soon as I can. I kind of developed a method with which I can do this as early as mid-1937. So let's start. I'll start by exercising my entire army. Also I'm gonna get basic machine tools, engineering, and also CAS. And I'll produce only guns and convoys. I'm gonna build one mill in Navarra, and after that I'm gonna build one level of infrastructure in Rio de Oro. I'll go for a Great Spain, and now we can start. The next thing I'm gonna do is obviously hand over the campaign chest. And now I pause the game, and in the midnight between 15th and 16th February, we're gonna have an election. Obviously I'm going to go for the only option, and now I have to start doing these decisions. I'm going to go for Primo de Rivera speeches as many times as I can. As for the garrisons, my goal is to have very strong power over Extremadura state, so basically I have it at the start of the Civil War, and also some power in the state of Ciudad Real. So I just try to expand my garrisons in those two states. Anyway, we handed over the campaign chest, let's now negotiate Carlos' support. Let's do the second Primo de Rivera speech, rip Ethiopia, let's get the radio. Anyway, let's go for the Army of Africa, and finally we dismiss the president. As I previously mentioned, I want to have all 3 ticks in Extremadura, or at least 1 or 2 ticks in Ciudad Real. Let's do the third Primo de Rivera speech, and let's finally secure the northern garrisons. Concentrated industry, and let's do the fourth, I believe, Primo de Rivera speech. After securing the northern garrisons, I'm gonna go for Simpa Quito. This is gonna get me 60 political power. I'm gonna need 100 PP right after I finish the Civil War, so I'm not gonna do any decisions for now anymore. I'm gonna research improved machine tools for more production, and we're almost there. 3 more days and we're gonna be in the Civil War. Simpa Quito is finished, let's slow down the game, and here comes the Civil War. Now I got an option, either to go Falangist or to go Carlist. My tactic is to go Falangist, however there is one important thing. As you can see, we got fascism on the rise option. We can go for national referendum, since we got 67% fascist support, and we are not aligned right now. However, if I go for the first option, the national referendum decision just disappears. So I'm not gonna click on any of these decisions for now. I want to have 100 PP, and then I'm gonna click on this first. I'll have to slow down the game, and my goal is to basically try to take as many victory points as I can from the enemies. I'm basically going to pin them. This is gonna take a lot of micro and a lot of brain cells, which I'm going to unfortunately lose trying this. Good old falling back into the enemy territory. Let's see if we can actually take Madrid or no. And the Civil War front lines solidified. Anyway, Sanjurjo has died, and now it's time to hold national referendum. But before I click if the people want it, we'll hold the referendum. I'm gonna go for the Spanish Civil War event. And now let's go for the Falange. Let's now do the referendum, and now we're fascist. This guy is the leader, even though he's captured by the Republicans. I need some political power, so I'm not gonna do any focus for now. Also, I need to create a new template, which is just going to be 1 cavalry battalion. And let's put 10 of these into training. The reason I pick cavalry is because it's simply faster. Let's accept the German and Italian lend-lease. Anyway, let's keep pinning enemies. And now, hopefully I can take Valencia. They also might be able to take Oviedo. And there's not a single enemy in Valencia, which is great. And the volunteers have just arrived. Which means the Soviet volunteers have also arrived, which means there's 7 divisions in Valencia now. This is just great. Let's pin them for now. The best thing is I can attack with 3 battalions against 7 Soviet divisions, and still nothing is happening for months. And we finally took Oviedo, which is the first city that they've lost. I might even be able to take Barcelona as well. Let's give this division force attack. And here we are, we also took Madrid. One important thing, I must make sure I don't get cut off. Basically, since Madrid is my capital, if I get cut off, I'm only able to deploy my troops there, and they're going to be trapped. So let's try to bring some divisions in there. And we also took Barcelona. The two most important cities in entire Spain have been taken. I'm going to mop up the rest of Catalonia. Also, accidentally, I went for force attack with my entire army. I tried to cut off Valencia from the rest of the country. And finally, some of these divisions are ready to be deployed. I must take as many provinces as I can, even the unnamed ones. Anyway, let's finally pick the first focus. I'm gonna go for secure the National Defense Council, and we're taking more land right here. I'll try to take Alicante and Murcia. The enemies kind of made a mistake in Basque country. Let's punish them. I'll try to take Bilbao either by land or by sea. It doesn't really matter, I just have to take it because it's a pretty big victory point. Also, we could go for State Serves the Military now for some extra political power. I think Republican Spain doesn't look so good right now. Usually there is one division in Murcia. Let's see if it's there this time. It's not. This is great. We might have Murcia and Alicante for free. We can let them have one small victory point like Toledo or Ciudad Real. But that's basically all we can let them have. Look at this, zero bubble. But reinforcements have arrived. Let's deploy more of these cavalry divisions, and I'm going to send them down south. And we're now navally invading Bilbao. And also taking it by the land. And we also took Alicante, and we also took Bilbao. Spain now controls 33% of its victory points, and it's 69% towards capitulation. We're still far away from being done here. Anyway, we got more than 50 PP. Let's now justify against Portugal. It's gonna take 8 months. Also, I could do some naval invasion. Let's try to naval invade from Alicante to Cadiz. Let's now go for trucks. Hopefully there's no enemies in Cordoba. Otherwise it's going to be painful as hell. We also took Almeria. In the meantime, we also took Toledo. So the enemies currently only have Cordoba, Sevilla, Cadiz, Malaga, and also Valencia. And let's not forget Caspe, the most important city in Spain. Let's pin this division real quick. My entire doctrine is just pinning enemies and not letting them go anywhere. Truly the best tactic ever. There's no divisions in Cadiz. And we also took Cordoba. We also landed in Cadiz. Let's now rush Sevilla. And Malaga is also ours. We also took Sevilla. Which means that the only remaining big victory point is Valencia. But there's 7 Soviet volunteers there. So I'm gonna take the entire army of Africa, which is basically the good divisions. Let's give them a general. Also the field marshal. Let's send them right here. I'll also prepare offensive in Valencia. To check the casualties, we got 6k, they got 10k. Most of my casualties are because I did force attack by accident. Let's also take the little bit of planes that we've got and let's assign them to our boy Mohammed. Also, I could start production of some gas, but I think now it's a bit too late for that. Should have started this before, probably would have like 10 gas planes by now, which is so much better than 0 of them. Also, I'm gonna take some of these unnamed provinces in case I need them as well. Look at this massive opportunity right here. 4 Soviet divisions are attacking this division right here, which means what I might be able to pull off is to basically fall back and let them walk into this province right here and then just take Valencia for myself. Let's try that. This division has fallen back, so I'm gonna stop attacking with this division, which means they're just gonna walk here. Epic troll. Let's now take Valencia while these guys are busy up north. I just realized enemies also have Cuenca. I completely forgot about this city. That's how irrelevant it is. And that's it, we took Valencia. It is not enough. They are 99% towards capitulation. So I have to take some of these unnamed provinces which they are not guarding. Forget about trying to sneak into enemy victory points, we're now trying to sneak into unnamed provinces. It doesn't matter if they take my land, all I gotta make sure is that I take their land. Still not enough. Anyway, we secured the National Defense Council. Let's now suspend the constitution, and this one is not enough either. Look at this opportunity. The enemies are trying to attack from Ciudad Real into here. So I'm just gonna let them do it, I'm just gonna fall back. Hopefully they leave the city and then we just take it. Never mind, we took that province and they capitulated. Anyway, we defeated the Republicans, but the Spanish Civil War is not over yet, because we have to deal with Carlists. So let's merge our entire army, let's exercise them, and let's wait. Guess I'm gonna go for infantry expert in the meantime. I'm gonna join the Anti-Comintern Pact, why not? And after suspending the constitution, I'm gonna go for eliminate the Carlists. And look, we're finally in the 1937, so much happened in 1 year. I decided to take them out this way, because this way is way faster than integrating them if I went for the unification of the Nationalist Front. Let's stop exercising the army, and here comes the Civil War again. Carlist Uprising, okay. Now it doesn't really matter which focus I go for. All I gotta do is take out Carlists in about 5 months or so. And let's go aggressive. Also, the Carlists got Salamanca, they rarely get this state. And I'll instantly start preparing offensives in Valladolid. Carlists have a focus which makes them prepare offensives in Asturia and also in País Vasco. Kind of ironic how their smallest victory point is their capital. Anyway, we took their capital. I'll try to take Bilbao, which is their biggest victory point. Let's also draw some naval invasions into La Coruña, Vigo, and also Bilbao if I don't take it by land. And we took Bilbao. La Coruña is unguarded, and so is Vigo. Let's see if it's enough. And I took some unnamed victory points, and that's enough. Spanish Civil War has now truly ended. So I did first of my 2 goals. The second goal is to take out Portugal, and for that I'm going to train some of these cavalry divisions, so I can simply overrun them. Let's draw an offensive line, and let's wait for justification to finish. Let's deploy the tiny cavalry divisions, and justification on Portugal is now finished. Let's declare war on them. I'll just take the victory points basically. Funny how anything I do I get volunteers from Germany and Italy, and that's enough. We took them out. I'm going to fully annex them. Now I'm kind of ready to release myself as Western Sahara. However, before I release myself, I should do some things. First things first, let's create a new template. It's gonna consist of only 1 anti-air battalion, and I'm gonna give it appropriate name. I'll be converting my entire army to that template, and I'll put like 100 of those into training. After this, I'm gonna delete my entire navy, including the pride of the fleet. Also, let's go for war economy, and I'm gonna build 1 military factory in Spanish Africa. Let's also build a military factory in Canary Islands and 2 military factories in Balearic Islands. After this, I need to generate some world tension. I'm gonna do that by justifying on Japan. After that, I'm gonna join the Japanese faction, and now justification will disappear. So I'm going to leave their faction again, justify again, and join back their faction. And obviously I'm going to leave their faction. 73% of war tension is good enough. Also, I will be releasing 1 country. Let's release Catalonia as my puppet. And I believe that we're ready. Western Sahara, play as, release nation. Even though we are Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, we're not really democratic, we're actually non-aligned. And our leader for some reason has hammer and sickle on his suit. First focus I'm going to pick is political effort. Also, I'm going to need a navy. I can go for either 1 destroyer or 1 submarine. Submarines are cheaper and have bigger range, but it's going to take me way longer to research basic torpedoes and then early submarine hull. Instead, I'm just going to research early destroyer hull and also naval gunnery. I'll be able to start production of first destroyer in 20 weeks. By the way, Fascist Catalonia has a really cool flag. Look at this thing. We got enough political power, and now we can start justifying. Justifying against Spain is going to cause almost 6% of our tension. However, justifying against their puppet Catalonia, which is going to be essentially the same, is going to generate less than 1% of our tension, only 0.2%. And it's going to take a bit more than 5 months. Tradition and pragmatism will always triumph over fanaticism and terror. This is one of these rare events that you see. Our boy Mustafa here is threatening Spain. After political effort, we're gonna go for naval effort, because soon we're gonna start production of ships. Also, let's hire a fascist demagogue, because we'll be going fascist. We got naval gunnery. Let's now research transport ships, since I obviously have to do some naval invasions. We got the naval effort. Let's now go for collectivist status, and let's produce 1 single convoy. We already got 20, but why not have 1 more? We researched destroyers. Let's now research interwar fighters, and let's create our very first destroyer. It's gonna be the cheapest destroyer ever, and I'm gonna start producing it right after I finish building this convoy. Justification is finished. Let's delay it for a couple more days. Also, we'll be producing only 1 single destroyer, and then we're gonna go back to convoys, since we literally don't have enough manpower for more than 1 destroyer. Talking about manpower, let's go for limited conscription, and after collectivist status, let's go for nationalism focus. And let's declare war on Spain. Or well, Catalonia. Let's also improve relations with Italy. After transport ships, I'm gonna research trucks, and we built our very first destroyer. Now we're gonna need 1 division. Let's now put 1 small cavalry division into training. Also, let's give it top priority, and let's put a bunch of these divisions into training as well. Now I'm gonna steal some guns from Italy, and let's also improve relations with Hungary. War tension is high enough, which means we can actually ask them for guns. Let's now steal some guns from Hungary. 7,000 guns, that's good enough. And now I'm gonna remove these divisions from training. You only want to focus on this small cavalry division. In order to deploy it, we're gonna need 200 manpower, and now we got it. We just need equipment now. I'm gonna deploy them in our capital. British Raj wants to send me 1 convoy. Thanks. The equipment has just arrived, which means we have to wait for them to be trained. After nationalism focus, let's go for militarism. So we want to get as much manpower as we can. And let's deploy our very first division in our capital. Let's put them into an army, and let's get some generals. Hopefully we get the brilliant strategist. Nope, well, that's good enough. I guess I'm gonna pick the reckless guy, and let's try naval invasion from here to Canary Islands, from Canary Islands to City Ifni, and from City Ifni to right here. We have one single destroyer, which is gonna get us naval dominance. We took the Canary Islands, we now got 300 manpower. Let's put another small division into training, and let's now go for Sidi Ifni. We destroyed one division right there, and after Sidi Ifni, let's go to Spanish Africa. Also, I'll be drawing a naval invasion from here down to Cabo Verde, and from Cabo Verde to Portuguese Guinea, from Portuguese Guinea to Malabo, from there to Sao Tome, from Sao Tome to North Angola, and from North Angola to South Angola. Let's quickly take Ceuta. Taking it should give me tons of manpower. By tons of I mean like 2,000s, 1.6 thousands. Let's put another 2 divisions into training. And let's push these Spanish divisions out. Also, let's do some war propaganda. I'm not going to take this port. Instead, I'm just going to destroy any enemy divisions which arrive. By the way, look at this. This general is skill 1, 11%. And when we destroy these divisions, he's skill 1, 46%. Just like that. So by destroying these divisions, we can actually have pretty decent general. We got the interwar fighter. Let's now research CAS. And let's deploy the 2nd division. The 2nd division is going to go to Cabo Verde. They managed to defend it somehow. I guess I'm going to try again. Let's keep destroying divisions here. We got the militarism. Let's now go for industrial effort. Let's lend lease some guns to Menguko, and also like 200 convoys or so. And let's steal some guns from Italy, as well as from Hungary. 16,000 guns, that's nice. Also, I could steal some convoys as well. Let's try taking Cabo Verde again, and let's destroy this division. This time we took it. Let's go for Portuguese Guinea, and we also managed to destroy another 2 Spanish divisions. Next stop, Malabo in Equatorial Guinea, and now let's go for Sao Tome and Principe. North Angola is next, and finally let's land in Luanda, and let's rush Nova Lisboa. Once we take it, we're gonna have control of Angola, which is home to 3.3 million people. In the other wards, we got 14,000 manpower now. Let's destroy these divisions, and let's put another 14 divisions into training. Also, I'm going to delete all of these orders. And let's send all of our guys right here. I'm also gonna drop a naval invasion from here to randomly here. Let's steal some more guns as well as convoys. Another 14,000 guns. Nice. Keep destroying them. And our guy is skill 2 already. And for some reason he has planning skill 4. Come on. Let's deploy this one single division, and let's send it right here. I'm gonna keep in mind that Spain actually has German and Italian volunteers. These divisions are actually capable of fighting, unlike those Spanish anti-air divisions. Let's also go for armament effort. So my goal will be to try to naval invade southern Spain and Portugal, and try to take the states I need in order to form Al-Andalus. In total, there's 8 states I need to take. We got the trucks. Let's now go for artillery. Let's deploy these divisions. We now got 17 divisions. I'm gonna send them all here. For some reason these guys got carlist textures. Why the hell? We got fascist assault divisions. That's great. Which means we now got 46% fascist support. Anyway, I think now it's time to start justifying on Albania. It's gonna take about 6 months. Let's finally take this port right here. And let's move every single division to Ceuta. One division will go here and have naval invasion to Balearic Islands. While one division will go to Canary Islands. That division will naval invade Madeira, and from there go to Azores. Let's send our navy back up here. Let's go for Balearic Islands, as well as Madeira. This division will naval invade Catalonia later, and let's also go for Azores. Now as for these 15 divisions, I'll have to take control of some states. And once I get control over those states, I can actually restore Al-Andalus. So let's slow down the game, and let's send 2 divisions to Malaga. Another 2 divisions like here. Next 2 will go right here. 2 will go to Valencia. 3 will go right here to Portugal. 2 will go here. And finally the last 2 can go to Cadiz. This shouldn't be that hard, however we must quickly take all these victory points. Otherwise Italian and German volunteers will come. Now they are most likely on the French border because that's how the AI works. They see France as a threat. Anyway, we took 1 state. Let's rush these victory points. And we just took this state, and also this state. Which means we need another 4 states. Let's keep pushing up north into Portugal, and also here. This state is also ours, as well as this state. We just need this state and this state now. As you can see, German division has just arrived, and they took Malaga, unfortunately. So we'll have to retake it real quick. Otherwise, we won't be able to reform Al-Andalus. Just 11 more hours, and we retook Malaga. Now we should be able to do it. Yes, we are. And now we are Al-Andalus. We changed our color, and our capital is now in Cordoba. We also are gonna get cores on all of Portuguese and also all of the Spanish cores. Let's instantly put a bunch of divisions into training, 2 at once. I'm not gonna capitulate the enemies just yet. I'm gonna make sure that I land somewhere in Catalonia because they're a puppet, and if I don't land, they're not gonna be in the peace deal. Anyway, let's prepare for civil war. And now we're gonna exploit one game feature. It's not really an exploit, it's actually just a weird game feature. If you control more than one state, which is my case, I control this, but if you own only one single state, which is once again my case, I just own this state, then the civil war works differently. I'll show you what I mean by that. Anyway, let's go for military youth. And now we got 50.1% fascist support, which means we can now ignite civil war. But what actually happens is not a civil war, but just a coup. We are actually fascist now with 50% fascist support. So yeah, that's the special hidden game feature. Let's deploy our divisions, give them a general and a frontline order. Now I should be able to take out Spain without that much effort. Let's make some production of trucks. Oh, there is some very powerful divisions here, which are Italian and German, especially German ones. I should be able to take these guys out simply by overrunning them. I got 100 divisions. Also, Spain doesn't have cores on entire Spain, so I will take only their core states, or actually core victory points. Let's get basic machine tools, and let's start production of gas finally. And let's buy some aluminum and also some rubber from France. Also, I'm going to research fighters. We're gonna need them later, maybe. Spain is about to capitulate and they lost only this much land. And that's it. Let's pass a couple of times, take the Catalan state, and annex all of Spain. Now I will be in the red in terms of war tension, but I think UK is not going to guarantee Albania as long as I'm out of access. What I can do now is just modify Lend-Lease and keep stealing equipment from Italy and possibly even from Hungary, so let's just do that. But the most important equipment that I need is really convoys. I'm gonna need convoys in order to annex Italy because I plan to puppet them. Now it's time to put more of these divisions into training. I'm gonna need about 250 of those, and let's make them like 6 width. Also, I'm going to ask Italy for military access, and let's give all of our guys garrison orders in all of Italian core states. You know what's coming next, don't you? Also, let's build some military factories in Portugal because it has the best infrastructure. I should have asked Hungary for military access before, now they're not gonna accept. Guess I'm gonna research some paratroopers after I'm done with artillery. Anyway, let's go for paramilitarism, deploy these divisions, and send them to Italy. Let's steal some more equipment from Italy. We got the artillery, so let's now research paratroopers. We're gonna need them soon. Time to make fake production of artillery, and let's steal some artillery this time as well. Never enough of Italian equipment, as well as Hungarian equipment. You know what I could do? Let's make this template actually 10 width. With nothing else, just 10 with cavalry. Actually, I can't afford that, so I'll have to delete some of the divisions, like 20 or so. Maybe another 20. And the Lend-Lease has arrived. We only lack 3000 guns, so these divisions will be fairly equipped as well. Let's go for ideological fanaticism. And let's create an agency real quick. Justification for Albania is finished. I slowed down the game and I joined the Axis, and now let's declare war on Albania before anyone else guarantees them. And let's start justifying on Hungary. Let's see what we can do here. Let's give these divisions a new general. I put some of these divisions into a new army and I assigned air force onto that army. So basically all the air superiority is going to end up here. If you can take Messina and Palermo, you're most likely going to win this war. We're doing good in the north as well. We took Milano and Venice is cut off. And I believe if we fall back here and let these enemies walk in, we might be able to take Taranto, which is a pretty big victory point. Yes, they managed to fall back and now Taranto is up for grabs. Good job, Italy. And with all that cast support, we managed to take Messina. Let's now take Palermo with that army. And we did it. We took Palermo. Italy is much closer to capitulation now. Now let's split off these divisions into a new separate army, order them to attack Naples, and assign all the air force to that army. This way all 4 planes will support divisions attacking Naples. We took Naples, but we lost Taranto. However, we might be able to retake it. In the meantime, let's try to take Genoa and La Spezia. We also took Cagliari in the meantime. And we took Genoa. Their capital is Taranto and there is division here, so definitely have to take out Venice now. They left Taranto. Let's send tons of divisions into Venice, we really need to take it. Never mind, we took some city, I guess Taranto. Yeah, our troops are in Taranto, I can tell because these are cavalry divisions. So yeah, we won the war. As for Italy, I'm gonna take Sicily, Sardinia, Dodocanese, and entire Libya. I'm gonna puppet Italy in the rest of the land. We're still at war with Albania. Now I gotta take 24 of these divisions and let's convert them to the Army of Africa template. Also, I don't have enough artillery, so I'm gonna remove 1 artillery battalion and instead add 2 infantry battalions, as well as support artillery for some extra soft attack. This army will be exercised and we're gonna send them to the French border. As for the remaining divisions, I'm gonna do the same thing with another 24 divisions. These divisions will be I have no idea where. I guess they're gonna be right here, once again on the French border, and another 6 will be at Corsica. As for these 112, I'm gonna put them on the border with Hungary, and you know what, let's steal some convoys from Germany as well. I already got 777 convoys, and I'm gonna need about 1000 or so just to annex Italy. Oh look, Italy made a naval invasion. Let's request their forces, give them a front line in Albania, and for now let's just stay there and let's do war propaganda against them. After ideological fanaticism, let's finally go for technology sharing, and as long as I'm at war, I'll be able to get the next research slot. We got the fighters, and let's start production of some fighters. Let's go with like 20 factories of those, and also 20 factories of CAS. I'm also gonna need some artillery later. Let's get basic machine tools, and let's send our first spy to Hungary. And let's look around them before they join the Axis. I'm also gonna need some transport planes, so let's put like 5 factories onto those. The Molotov-Ribbentrop, which means soon we're gonna have World War II. We got the paratroopers, and we got the technology sharing. I'm gonna research support equipment and also trains. I'm not gonna help you out, Turkey, come on. So let's capitulate Albania. I'm gonna let Italy have them. Why the hell not? Anyway, let's now convert some of these divisions into the paratrooper template, and we're gonna move them to this airport right here. We got the very first transporter plane, so we won't produce any more. And let's deploy all of our planes into this airport right here. We've got 480 planes, let's send them to Northern Balkans. Let's just land right here, give our guys force attack orders, and let's make sure that our planes are actually supporting them in Czechoslovakia. Well, we failed the first time, let's try again. I think we will eventually break through with all of our CAS. And we did it. We managed to take this province right here. Which means I'm gonna take every single cavalry division, send them right here, and go, go, go. Also, it's Research Concentrated Industry 1. I might be able to paradrop into their capital now. Let's test that out real quick. Yes, we took their capital, and let's just take Pech. Please don't have any divisions here. And I think that's enough. Yes, it is. So let's just puppet them right away. And just like that, we took out Hungary. That's another 12 factories or so. Anyway, here's the World War II. We will have to join the World War II eventually. If Germany is quick enough, and if they take out Poland and the Benelux and France quickly enough, then I'll just attack Vichy France, and after that attack allies. But if they're slow, then I'm just gonna attack allies with them and take them out. I'm gonna take half of these remaining divisions and convert them to this slightly bigger template, while the rest will be deleted. And these divisions basically have garrison orders. Just realize at this point you're basically Iberian Union, which has a core on Western Sahara too for some reason. Germany, can you please just capitulate Poland already? And good job, finally Germany. Anyway, I'm gonna train 2 of these thin-width armies. Maybe we'll fight in Africa, not for sure. Let's improve our industry real quick. Also, try stealing some equipment from Germany. You know what, let's leave the German faction. Germany is spread too thin, they have divisions all across our territories, and I want them to get their divisions back into Germany and to actually fight. Let's quickly justify Britain, because we have core on Gibraltar. It takes us only 15 days. Let's send some divisions to sit around Gibraltar. Justification for Britain is finished, but now I'm not sure if I should attack them or not. You know what, let's just send volunteers to Germany, let's send them some air volunteers. I'm gonna take some CAS and send to Benelux. Let's justify on France. I'm not going to attack them just yet, I just want them to move their troops back onto my border. Germany is kind of pushing. Let's get to electronic mechanical engineering. And you know what, at this point I got tons of political power, I can annex Italy later, let's go for construction effort. Come on Germany, can you do anything at all? Yeah, you know what, let's just declare war on France. I have no more patience. Germany is sending 5 divisions into Belgium or something like that. They're even getting naval invaded. I'm not gonna fight in Africa. There is no point, I can take it in the peace deal later on. Let's just go. I would call in Italy, but when I think of it, they're gonna lose their entire navy, how stupid they are. Instead, let's go for air cruise surveys. I'll try to take Corsica. Finally, Germany remembered that Netherlands exist and they could actually attack it and take it out easily. Good job, you're learning. We managed to land on Corsica. Let's take out these 4 divisions that are here. Rip in pieces. And now Germany is somehow wildly attacking and taking everyone out. Let's take Gibraltar while we still can. At this point, let's just join the Axis. Anyway, let's go for construction effort 2 and concentrated industry 2. Also, one thing I could do, let's ask Germany for their states in northern France, also in the Benelux, because now when they take those states, they're going to be occupied by me, which means there won't be Vichy France. As you can see, we're getting this land for free. And Germany took Paris, or actually we took Paris, which means France is about to capitulate, and they just capitulated to us, obviously. We now got all of these factories from them for free. Now any rubber I can get is a blessing. But I really can't get any. Guess I'm gonna lower production of planes then. I need some more of that artillery. Anyway, let's take our guys and let's send them right here. And the second army will go to Dunkirk. Germany wants to send me divisions. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's get formation flying. I think I should improve worker conditions now and maybe do some war propaganda too. Let's do it against France. By the way, look at this thick Belgian Congo. Let's drop some naval invasions from here onto here and from here into southeastern England. Let's research radio. I think I should start annexing Italy. Let's send them some lend-lease. By some lend-lease I mean 1000 convoys and tons of gas. And let's go for total mob. Yeah, going from civilian economy to total mob. In the meantime, I'm gonna build some more civs here. Let's also go for state serves the military and also political loyalty for some extra stability. And I'm gonna go for extensive conscription. Look at this, only 75 political power to change the conscription law. That's great. Anyway, I think we should research some caste too. And I'm gonna steal some equipment from Germany. Look at all this equipment for free. 41,000 guns. That's a lot of guns. Oh, they're trying to take Palma de Mallorca. This is the end of the world. I'm gonna let them land and let's destroy them with our CAS. I think we might even be able to do that. No, we didn't. We lost our division, but it's okay. We did our best. Anyway, our land-lease to Italy arrived. They need to lose one more autonomy point, which basically means building level 1 land fort right here in Milano for some reason. I'm not gonna pick any focus for now. I want to annex Italy as soon as I can. It's May 1940 and I'm running out of time, kind of. And finally, let's annex Italy. Let's now go for infrastructure effort. Unfortunately, I forgot I don't have Ceuta anymore, which means I can't move my navy out of there anymore. Well, it's okay. I'm gonna naval invade Ceuta back. Alright, here I go. Let's make sure that planes are supporting my guys down here. We just need to grab Ceuta, hold it for like a week, move our navy out, and then lose it again. That's the plan. We plan to lose. We took it back. Now quickly take our entire navy and send it to Bilbao. And that's it. We merged our entire navy and it's right here. I'm gonna give them orders for English Channel, but they're not gonna go there actually, because if they go there, they're gonna be destroyed completely. So let's go 9 divisions, another 8, and finally another 7. And also the second army, go, go, go. Make sure the navy is doing nothing because we don't want them to be annihilated. Let's make sure we move our entire air force into Calais. 3,000 planes. Not the best 3,000 planes out there, but still 3,000 planes nonetheless. I'll try to make some encirclements right here, and let's see if we can have green air. We kinda can. One division in Dover is destroyed. Let's push into southwestern England, and I'll try to do the traditional thing that I almost always do. I'll try to cut off the London from the rest of the country, doing that infamous exploit. We cut off the London from the rest of the country. Now entire first army will be frontline army, while the second army will have a fallback line around London. Let's also move our planes into England, and the fun begins here. We got 17% war participation, that's almost nothing, and now we gotta manually push enemies out until we are away from London. We got infrastructure effort, let's go for infrastructure effort 2, and let's go for dive bombing. And we pushed far enough from London. Let's draw an offensive line on the first army, and let's just go. Meanwhile, the second army has one simple job. What I gotta do is keep attacking in London and winning over and over again without actually taking London. Every time I do that, I'm gonna get some war participation. Currently I've got 19%, which is not that bad. And we currently got 27% war participation, simply for fighting more. Another thing I should do, let's turn up supplies for the Allies. That way less German divisions are actually gonna arrive. And we're about to win for the very first time. And I'm gonna show you, we're gonna go from 29 to 31% war participation. Now all we're gonna do is keep winning. The first time is the hardest part. Unfortunately they are doing last stand, which will destroy them, but that's less divisions to handle anyway. Let's get superior firepower. Also, let's get concentrated industry 3, as well as advanced machine tools. And just like that, another 2 victories. Now it's 36%. My goal is to get at least 40%. I'll try to get as much as I can. Also, before we end this war, I'll have to start justifying on Greece. I'm gonna take these 16 divisions and send them to Albania, on the Greek border. I want to have Greece in the peace deal because I need some of their stuff. We're winning some more, and now we got a total of 52% war participation, just like that. They're trying to naval invade in southern Iberia. Good luck with that. And they signed white peace again, so Soviets declared war only for this state right here. Good job, Soviets. Definitely not warmongers. Let's see if there's any major countries which are neutral now. Sweden is actually a major country. Well, that's good to know. I'm gonna start justifying on Sweden actually. They're a major country, which means while at war with them, I'm gonna have quick justifications, which means I'll be able to justify on other minor countries which I'm eventually gonna need. Let's also improve our agency, and you know what, let's go for elusive gentleman. We have reached Scotland, which means once we take London, they're gonna capitulate just like that. Let's not forget to declare war on Greece. I'm also gonna need some CAS and some fighters. My goal for Greece is not to take them out, just to take one single province so that they are in the peace deal. And we now got 67% war participation. That's a lot of war participation. Oh no, they're navally invading southern England. Well, let's take them out regardless. Let's see if we can actually take one province in Greece. Yes, we can. We took one province. That's all it matters. I accidentally took London. And here comes the peace deal. I'll see what I can actually do. And here's the peace deal. I took most of the stuff, as always. Germany took Northern Ireland and lots of Britain. They also took all of Poland and Denmark. I believe that's it. They also took Faroe Islands, and there's nothing else, I think. Also, I couldn't take Australia and New Zealand, but I did take British Raj, also British Malaya as my puppet, Cordoba and East Indies, very funny. Now I should be able to do some of these decisions, like restore the Sultanate of Africa. This will give me course on Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia and Libya. And also restore the Emirate of Sicily. This gives me course on Sardinia, Corsica, Sicily, Malta, Crete, Dodecanese and Cyprus. The next decision is to recreate the Umayyad Caliphate, and for that I'm going to need Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen and Iraq. I already got war goal justification against Sweden, so as to declare war on them. They're a major country, I believe. Yes, they're major, which means once I declare war on them, it's going to take nearly 30 days to justify on Iraq. Let's take one army and let's send them to southern Norway. They're gonna hold against Sweden, while the second army will go to Iraq. Anyway, I got really powerful French and British puppets, and also a Canadian puppet, which has Greenland, but no Labrador. Very funny. Let's build some airports in eastern Syria. Now let's research fighters too, I guess. Also, next focus is extra research slot. Now let's produce the brand new CAS. I'm gonna put like 50 factories on CAS and 50 on fighters. I like aluminum, but it doesn't matter. I got tons of puppets which have lots of aluminum. Must convert these guys to the Army of Africa as well. And now we have 3 solid armies. USA is not that strong. They got only 60 divisions. You know what? I'm actually gonna create another 2 armies and send them to the USA. Also, my capital moved to Layune for some reason. That's because I lost Western Sahara and then retook it back. Alright, 1 army in Iraq, 1 army in Sweden, and 2 armies in the USA. Let's get the CAS right here. Actually, I'm gonna get some tactical bombers instead of CAS because we're out of range here. And we got the localized training centers now. Let's instantly hire a Soviet spy from Moscow. And because my capital is moved, I can't actually hire any European spies. I'll have to create the European section. Justification for Iraq is finished. Nobody guaranteed them. Let's justify on Saudi Arabia now. And declare war on Iraq. Always funny seeing all these monarchist countries doing liberty ethos. We should be able to easily crush Iraq. More CAS. By the way, they still haven't nationalized their oil. UK, even though it's my puppet, still has access to oil in Iraq. OE4 AI. It's literally just a click on a decision and it does nothing. You just get access to the oil. Welcome to Kuwait City, the capital of Iraq. And I think this is going to be enough. Yes, it is. Let's just annex Iraq. The next destination, Saudi Arabia. And let's get extra research slot too. Go, go, go. They put most of their divisions down here for some reason. Let's just rush their victory points. Justification for Oman is done. Let's now go for Yemen. And we took Jeddah. I think this is enough. Yes, it is. And Saudi Arabia is gone. Now let's take out Oman and Yemen finally. Also, let's get to the way. Let's declare war on Oman and let's just walk into Muscat. And we took out Oman. And finally, let's declare war on Yemen, which is guaranteed by Sweden. Doesn't matter really. Now let's just crush them. They got 5 divisions. Germany also declared war on the Soviets in February 1941. And Yugoslavia joined the Comintern. And Yemen is ours. Let's annex them. I should have clicked on the decision before annexing them though. Anyway, let's recreate the Umayyad Caliphate. This will give me cores now for Arabia, Middle East and also Egypt. Now I have core population of 90 million people. The next decision is the Rashidi expansion. For the next decision I need to control all of Iran, Afghanistan and all of Pakistan, obviously not including the Bangladesh. Anyway, we got the European section, so let's hire a Soviet spy. And let's send her to Moscow. We want to build Intel network there. Japan finally declared war on the Philippines. It doesn't matter really, we're way beyond World War II. Let's draw the offensive line into Iran. Also, let's see which guy is skill 4. This guy is skill 4. Let's make him infantry expert and now he can be infantry specialist. Let's hire him. This guy is also skill 4. He can be army regrouping specialist. And now we got 2 guys here. Yay. That's the extra resource slot. Let's now go for aviation effort. And let's go for assembly line production. Justification for Iran is finished. Let's declare war on them and let's instantly justify on Afghanistan. Let's make sure that the CAS is supporting the troops. 160 bombing a day, that's a lot of ground support. Justification for Afghanistan is finished. Now I'll have to justify on Turkey, which is gonna take 9 months. I love Ismet, I love Ismet. Thanks to the embodiment of Trollface, the Ismet Inonu. And we took out Iran. Let's just annex it. Next station is Afghanistan. Let's hope they don't destroy our country, which might happen. I mean, we're dealing with Afghanistan right here, so we never know. Anyway, let's go for fighter effort. And let's finally declare war on Afghanistan. I'm gonna rush Kabul. And since we control both of these states, I think we can actually do the decision right away. Yeah, we can. The Rashidi expansion. This gives me cores on all of Iran, Afghanistan, and also Pakistan. I believe the northern expansion is the last decision I can do. And for it, I need to control eastern Turkey and some of the Caucasus. So yeah, let's put the second army on the Turkish border. There is other option I could do. You know what, I'm giving up from the USA. I'm not gonna attack them. Let's instead send these 2 divisions into the Caucasus. I'm not gonna justify in Turkey for this long. Instead, I'm just gonna leave the Axis. And I can create faction with Turkey. The down few faction name here. I can now call them to war. Let's call them to the Swedish war. Now I can take control of their divisions. How many divisions do they have? 42. Let's send them to Maldives. Yeah, they're gonna have a field trip to Maldives. We're gonna make sure that they're far away from Turkey. And let's start preparing collaboration government against the Soviet Union. Aviation effort 2 it is. Also, since I'll be definitely fighting here, I'm gonna build some airports. Maybe even a supply hub right here. I hate it how there's no supply hubs here in Iran whatsoever, even though the third of the country actually lives here in these parts of country. Anyway, the rant is over, and now let's troll the troll. Ismet, you had this coming for a long time, bro. I'm gonna justify on Soviet Union. It should be quick, only 10 days. So I can do war propaganda against Bulgaria. Why? For some reason Bulgaria is a bad guy here. We also improved our air doctrines, and the Soviets lost the state that we were justifying against. I'm gonna justify again, but this time on Dagestan. There's no way they can lose Dagestan in 10 days. Imagine now Germany just teleporting to Dagestan and taking Makhachkala, declare war on them. I'm instantly going to call in Turkey. They're gonna say no because they have unprotected borders, so I'm gonna protect them. And the Sweden joined the Comintern, but it doesn't really matter, we can take them all out. And now Turkey accepted the call to the war, so I'm gonna fall back my troops right here. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm doing now. Also, any divisions that Turkey spawns, in this case only 1 division, is gonna be sent to the Maldives as well. Soviets will now walk in to occupy Turkey. It's gonna take them some time, but they will do it eventually. Let's make sure that our guys are supported by CAS, and Turkey is getting occupied now, which is just the plan. Anyway, let's hire the second Soviet spy. These 2 Soviet spies will prepare a cooperation government. Combat unit destruction it is. Army effort. What are Mongolian divisions doing here? Kind of sus. Turkish division detected. Opinion rejected. Fall of Manila. Good job, Japan. Only took you half a year. Soviets are really slow, but they're moving in, luckily. And they took Ankara. And the USA joined the Allies, or what's left of it anyway. And that's Australia, New Zealand, and I don't think anything else. And let's now go for CAS effort, so I can actually get CAS free in 1942. Oh look, another Turkish division. Let's send them to Maldives. The best thing is they're actually still not calling back their troops. And now they want to call their troops back, but I think it's gonna be too late. And Turkey has capitulated. Now I'm gonna wait until midnight and let's kick them out of faction. They can't join the Axis because there's only 1 hour. Actually, they were just puppeted. There's a socialist Syria right here. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't have to justify in Turkey, and there's actually, I believe, 40 divisions in the Maldives now. One thing I always hate is the Turkish communist flag. It's just so unoriginal and stupid. Anyway, let's now finally push Soviets or Turkey or whatever this is now. And the tiny Syria has capitulated. Nice. Let's also start pushing into the Caucasus, even though we have like no supplies there. We do have gas though, it's gonna help us out. And I'm also gonna need to build some railway from here all the way to Baku once we reach it. Anyway, Soviet Union is soon going to be destroyed. As you can see, the Moscow is virtually a frontline city, and so is Stalingrad. I have to actually join the Axis back. We need Sochi. And here's the CAS effort too. Let's now instantly research CAS free. Look at this, I got all research slots unused. Definition of the late game, you forgot to research things at all. Let's rush Makhachkala. Romanians have taken Sochi, I'm gonna ask them for it. Please, give me Sochi. Thanks. Which means the last thing we need to take is Makhachkala and have control over Dagestan. And here we are. We can now do the northern expansion, which means we now did every single Al-Andalus decision. Which technically means that this challenge is complete. but I want to capitulate the Soviet Union first. And we took Moscow. By the way, this northern expansion gave me cores on some of Turkish states, but not all because Paradox forgot to add them. Also Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Sochi, and also Dagestan. Nothing in between right here, and also no Abkhazia because Paradox 44. Maybe I should finally push this thick Sweden out. Yeah, let's do that. And Sweden has capitulated. Let's send this army right here and let's keep attacking in the Soviet Union. And we took Leningrad. Look at this rare instance of very weirdly shaped Bulgaria. And they're now 98% towards capitulation. Actually 99%. And here's the peace deal. Let's hope Germany doesn't take everything away from me. I'm gonna take entire Turkey because I'm creating a caliphate, so yeah, I can't really do it without Turkey. Also, let's do a little bit of trolling by taking all of the Hungarian, Bulgarian and Romanian cores here. Anyway, here's the peace deal. Germany annexed all of Sweden and the western part of the Soviet Union. I took everything else. They also took most of Yugoslavia. I took these parts. Japan just declared war on me, but I'm not gonna fight them. In case someone wonders, I've got 152.82 million core population. That's about 80,000 Western Saharas. And yeah guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, share and subscribe. Consider joining my Discord server. If you got any suggestions, leave them in the comments. That was my 10,000 subscribers special. And yeah guys, see you in the next video. Bye!